Hey, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, call hello Yahweh, Shem Yahweh Shah, Shem Rakakadash. Double honors once again go out to the apostles and elders, all right, who deserve double honors. A great millstone, all right, that continue through the Holy Spirit, all right, to give us His truth, knowledge, and wisdom. All right, this is Naaman of the DC camp, and this is from the Bearded Patriot, all right. And the question shouldn't be new to anyone because at some point, if you've been watching this man for any length of time, all right, you start to notice that, man, maybe old creepy Joe there, he's getting more and more bats in the old belfry there, all right, meaning that something's going on upstairs there. Um, his cognitive abilities have decreased. That's noticeable, and at some point, is they're going to deem him unfit. I think it's the 25th Amendment. Let's see here. Let's try that real quick. I didn't intend to go there, but since I quoted it, 25th Amendment. I think this is what it is. Yeah, because they got his picture up here. It's got to be. All right. Let's see. Yeah, because they were talking about it, about Trump. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. U.S. Constitution. Let's see. Here we go. Here it is. It says the 25th Amendment proposed by Congress and ratified by the states in the aftermath of the assassination of President John F. Kennedy provides the procedures for replacing the president or vice president in the event of death, removal, resignation, or incapacitation, which what we're talking about now, they would clearly fit that. All right. It says the Watergate scandal of the 70s saw the application of these procedures. First, when Gerald Ford replaced Spiro Agnew as vice president, then when he replaced Richard Nixon as president, and then when Nelson Rockefeller filled the resulting vacancy to become the vice president. All right. So this is a tool that they can use. All right. All right, he's deemed unfit to serve in his current capacity. All right. Let's see. Uh, let's see. That's it on that. You get the point. All right. Wow. So uh, it says more proof of Biden's mental decline raises serious red flags. This is from earlier in the month, but hey, it's still relevant. It says there's no hiding Joe Biden's mental decline any longer. Whenever or wherever the president goes, he seems to forget, stumble, look confused, and sometimes even fall as he fell up the stairs. And that was, I think, my first time seeing something like that. You fall up the stairs to Air Force One. He said his cognitive decline became apparent, all right, yet again over the weekend when Biden struggled to answer a simple question from a reporter. His inability to respond prompted calls for Republicans for Biden to take a cognitive fitness test. Biden responded, sure, when a member of the White House press corps asked permission to raise a question while Biden was paying for his cherry pie during a press event in Michigan. The reporter began her question only to be quickly cut off and interrupted by the cognitively declining president. With the most recent Russian cyber attack, the reporter began as Biden cut her off. And he quotes, I got a brief when I was on the plane. We don't know if it's the Russians. That's why I was late today, Biden responded. The president then began fumbling in his coat pocket for notes that appeared to have been a series of responses for reporters' questions. All right. Which is another thing that shows you that, hey, these people aren't, they put on these BS, what do they call them, town hall meetings and stuff like that. That's really one of the only times. And then they're screening. So my point being, These people are so out of touch. This is all a sham. All right. It says, I'll tell you what they sent me. Okay. I mean, he just put it out there. He then said, reading from a sheet of paper. Here it goes. Let's go ahead and watch it. Because this is an indication, folks. All right. America, hey, it's out of here. Man, this place is through. See, here's the thing. We may never know if these wicked bastards, this was a plan of theirs all along. Here's what I mean. This guy, clearly, they've seen this through the years. All right. And I believe it was an interview that uh, Gerald R. Ford, former president, did back in the late 80s with a little girl. And he even uh, quoted or predicted this same scenario to the little girl. Yep. So this guy gets in. He either is deemed unfit to continue as president, 25th Amendment, just like I read or showed you earlier. And this, oh man, if, and of course, uh, his VP takes over. And we all know that, hey, look who she's married to. Like I say, this could have all been pre planned. She might not even know, because we know how these devils work. She is and has been a tool. Guess what? For you simple minded Jakes out there, all right? You did it again. You voted in the ones that they wanted. And we all know it's, again, I've been throwing that word around lately, a sham. This is all fake. It's theater, okay? But the simple minded, you know, have fallen head over heels in love with this place. And they continue to fall for what to us uh, we know to be, we can see through the bullshit, all right? But they can't because they're trapped in that illusion, all right? So now she takes over and you talk about, uh, hey, you know how that so-called black woman, if, you know, as far as I'm concerned, I'm leaning more towards that. I was like, you know, the jury's still out on that, trying to figure out. But the more that I look at her, yeah, you know, so you know what's coming, especially for the men. All right. Wow. But this is the thing we keep telling you. Let me get some scriptures. I don't want to ramble too long. Let's go to, because this is the place that suckered everybody in. You know, they spread this poison called democracy. And the heading of Jeremiah 51 says Babylon judged for sins against, guess who? Us, Israel. So this is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 6. It says, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. All right. This is what we also, when we read Micah 2 and 10, even though that's going to be the physical aspect of this. All right. This is more or less the mental, spiritual aspect of it, where it says flee out, meaning repent. All right. It says, be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Most High Yahweh's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. All right, because these devils, they think they just got away with everything. They don't think that they're going to have to pay for it. They just, like Psalm 73rd chapter, like they speak loftily of oppression. All right, let's get this recompense here. This is going to be Strong's H 1576. Gumawal. All right. Her dealings, recompense, benefit, dealing of one's hand, benefit. All right. Treatment. Except, for example, an act of good or ill, by implication, service or requital, as has served, benefit, deserving that which he hath given, recompense, reward. All right. Doesn't Revelation 18 say, give unto her double? See, there you go. All right, let's go back and read verse 7. Slocky. Verse 7 says, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Most High Yahweh's hand, that made all the earth drunken. Drunken how? We're not talking about with your mead and your strong drink as far as alcohol, wine, that sort of thing. No, we're talking about philosophy, doctrine. All right. What is America known for spreading? That's democracy. That's a philosophy. That's a doctrine. All right. The nations have drunken of her wine, of that democracy. Therefore, the nations are mad. And you best believe they are mad. All right. That's why that prophecy of Revelation 17 chapter, all right, starting at 15, and then verse 16, where it's talking about they hated the whore. This is the whore. America is the whore. All right. Like I said, therefore the nations are mad. So here we go. We've got, now what's the chief thing here as far as in America that will cause people to go off? It's called, you remember Exodus, what was the first commandment? Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Guess what's the big thing over here in America? That's right, idolatry. Idolatry, idol worship. All right, they even got a show, American Idol. All right, all the celebrities, movie stars, athletes, pro athletes, whatever. Those are your idols. Whatever you put before the Most High is an idol. All right. Reminds you of the days of, what was it? Acts 17 chapter, which we are in again. Acts 17. And what happened? Let's go there real quick. Let's see, Acts 17 chapter. Let's look at the heading here. It says Paul at Thessalonica. All right. Thessalonica. Let's go to verse. It says Paul at Berea. And it's verse 16 that I want. It says Paul at Athens. All right. Here it is. Verse 16. Now, while Paul waited for them at Athens, I mean, you see all kinds of things here that just trouble your spirit. All right. At least it should. Is that his spirit was stirred in him when he saw the city wholly given to idolatry. Verse 17, therefore disputed he in the synagogue with the Jews and with the devout persons, and in the market daily with them that met with him. Then certain philosophers of the Epicureans and of the Stoics encountered him, and some said, "What will this babbler say?" Others some, "He seemeth to be a setter forth of strange gods, because he preacheth unto them Yahweh Shai, and the resurrection." All right. And they took him and brought him unto Areopagus, saying, "May we know what this new doctrine whereof thou speakest is? For thou bringest certain strange things to our ears. We would know therefore what these things mean." And that's why we're out there on the highways and byways. People have been lied to for so long with this plantation Christianity, all right, that when we try to tell them, all right, who you truly are, and as a result, this is why these things are happening to us, they look at us like we just stepped off a spaceship, you know. I know it's weird that I would say it like that, but yeah, that's another thing that's going to trip a lot of people up, because the chariots that are being seen more and more throughout, guess what? They've been lied to. Esau, the so-called white man, with his movies telling them that there's little gray or green men in these chariots. Hey, that's why Zephaniah 13:8 says what it says. 2/3, which is a lot of Israelites when you consider scriptures that say we number as the sands of the sea. A lot of Israelites are going to die. All right. But back to Grandpa Joe here, going into this cyber tech stuff, and people just eat this stuff up. All right. And it's funny to me when I think about it, because it's that saying that the thing that makes you laugh also make you cry. And this country, this America, now we know it's been the bane of our existence. I mean, bane, I mean, death. And you think of Psalms 23rd chapter, I think it's verse 4. That's what this country has been to us. But to our oppressors, oh man, they walk around all, well, not so much lately, but you know, this they can't get enough of America. If you don't like it, leave it. All this shit, you know. I'm proud to be in America, Lee Greenwood song, all right. I mean, proud of stolen merchandise. I mean, merchandise, stolen land. It's a slaughter of its original inhabitants who just so happen to be Israelites. And then you brought more Israelites over here, the Southern Kingdom, the so-called Negroes. All right, so things aren't looking too peachy for you Edomites, you so-called white people. And elites know this. That's why things are happening the way they're happening now. They're trying to hurry up. And you idiots out there, I don't know if this was planned by them or not, but out of fear, ignorance, some of you thought, well, you outsmarted yourselves. You said, well, I'm going to go ahead and get the vaccine. I'm going to get jumped ahead because I want to get my life back again. And it's like, boom, now all these reports. What you did not know, Zuckerberg, that's in Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, had already made a deal not to have displayed on Facebook accounts of people that were getting fucked up by the vaccine. So you got people who died. That's another big segment out. Those people that were fucked up, that's a big segment that's been removed. All right. Because what these companies did, Johnson & Johnson, and the other two, Moderna, it's called, let me get it right here, indemnity. All right. And this should have been a red flag. Here it goes. All right. You probably heard this somewhere in time in your life as it regards to insurance. All right. This is indemnity. As a noun, it says security or protection against a loss or other financial burden. Now, if someone's up there saying, you know, I want full protection for being sued, how am I going to trust, or should I trust such an individual, company, etc.? So now I can't sue you. So guess who picks up that tab? That's you. You're being forced to pay, all right, for somebody else's negligence. It's synonyms. Insurance, like I said, all right. Assurance, protection, security, indemnification, surety. That's in the scripture. Surety, endorsement, guarantee, warranty, safeguard. So they can sit back. Hey, don't come to us. So you stupid motherfuckers that took this shit. Now the focus is shifted to the ones that got sense, that said, oh, this doesn't, no, I don't know about this. What? You just whipped this up? Now they're saying that, no, we've had it for 10 years. Okay, so this was planned. So either way, I got you. So, and we know that they had all kinds of problems. I didn't mean for this to be a video about this, but I'm trying to keep it short. But the thing is, they have no legal, this is the second, security against or exemption from legal liability for one's actions. Straight and to the point. I should have read that one first. But you need to know the first one too. This just expounds on that. Security against or exemption from legal liability for one's actions. And you still want to take that shit? Synonyms: immunity, exemption, exception, dispensation, exclusion from any legal ramifications, freedom, release, relief on their part, absolution, exoneration, privilege, favoritism, impunity, and that's a big one, impunity, as well as exemption, immunity, that was another big one. See? You know what? You only did it to yourself. You up here supposed to be mad at people and they're playing both sides against each other. You can tell by in the press, and this lady that broke this thing down explained that to you, how they were doing this. They're all working together. You got the military, you got the press, you got the medical establishment. I mean, they're all working together. All right? Because they want you to take this poison. And that's just what it is, poison. So back to this. I didn't mean to rant, but I just thought that was something you should know. All right, for those of you, because if I put this, you got to be careful how you're wording this, because like I said, the Zuckerberg and the other social media outlets, they're working together with this too. So you got to be careful of how you word this. If I was to title this video like that, it's not going to stay up, but you get kind of, double message here. A message within a message. All right. Let's see. Oh, it's about the test. It says former White House physician to both Obama and Trump, Representative Ronnie Jackson, claimed the behavior we are seeing from Biden is not normal. The doctor turned lawmaker said Joe should immediately be given the MOCA, or the Montreal Cognitive Assessment, to determine if he is fit to lead the country. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if these devils had planned this all along to get her in there. All right? It's that I think he's demonstrating every single day that there is something going on. He's just not aging gracefully at this point. Joe Biden is a known gaffe maker and has acknowledged his propensity to misspeak or stumble his words. However, many began to be concerned during the campaign and still are to this day. Some even highlight the way in which Joe Biden doesn't even seem to remember he is the president, referring to his VP, Kamala Harris, as President Harris. Now, is that a gaffe? Or was he, or is this, he's revealing what the plans were all along. See what I'm saying? Man, these people have no idea. Our people just, well, let's try another one here. President-elect Harris. That's enough of it. I mean, damn. Can't put nothing past these devils. So I'm gonna leave it there. Uh, let's see. Let's see. I did Acts. Hold on. Let's see here. Oh no, I got a couple more. Let's go to actually. Where am I? Let's see. Uh-oh. It's happening to me. No, I'm just kidding. All right. This is got to go here because this is a big thing with these devils. This is Isaiah 47th chapter. And it says, Lament for Babylon. All right. So as we scroll down, it says, Come down, verse 1, and sit in the dust, confusion, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. All right. And for the longest time, especially the citizens here in America, all right. Oh man, this shit don't stink. And for a long time, the other nations thought that. You know, they literally thought the streets here were paved with gold. You know. Verse 2, it says, Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, and boy, isn't it? Everybody's seeing what you did in the past, the dirt, all right, the just outright wickedness that you've done. All that's being revealed. Thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. And that's what Yahweh Shah, the Lord, is talking about. All right? He's not coming as a man next time. First time he came as a lion, next time he's coming as a lion. All right? He's coming in his full power. You want to see some shock and awe, you're going to see it. Again, our nakedness shall be uncovered. You know, they don't want the truth being taught in schools about what they've done to us. All right? That whole, they call it critical race theory. No, it's not theory, it's fact. You left a whole lot out of the history books. All right? So you can protect your people's fragile egos or whatever, however you put it, mental or whatever, I don't know, just to protect themselves. All right? Because that's what they are, a bunch of liars. And really, they're cowards at heart. They're wimps. That's why that blessing was given. The blessing of the sword was given to Esau and his descendants, Edom, the nation of Edom. All right? As for our Redeemer, all right, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. All right? Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. This place is fallen and is fallen fast. I was wroth with my people, talking about us, Israel. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. And he says he thinks he did it all himself. Thou didst shew them no mercy upon the ancient as thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. as some oculars said, they didn't read the fine print. All right. There's consequences for your actions, for what you've done. You think, as in Psalms 49:11, all right, you think this is just going to carry on forever. Verse 8, therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. Oh, but you will. And again, that's prophecy. All right. It says, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, and one day the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantment. And that's all here. That's all America. That's what it was established on. It was established on witchcraft. You see old drawings of George Washington in full Freemason regalia. That's witchcraft. All right. You see the layout of D.C. is shaped like the owl Molech. That's going back to the Babylonians, those old ancient Babylonians. I'm talking about pre-Egypt. All right. Verse 10, it says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Then you know right there, he don't believe in the Most High. He thinks he is the Most High. 2 Thessalonians, 2nd chapter. All right. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. You think of Ezekiel 28th chapter. All right. Isaiah 14th chapter. That's what it's talking about. Verse 11, therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. 12, stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, it so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. That's the point, because all these demonic rituals and sacrifices that they made on the left-hand side, it's not working for them anymore, because it's time for them to be pulled down out of power. Remember, Job 14:5 says, well, let me get it real quick. All right, he's not going to go a minute past the time that he was ordained, or here it is. It says, seeing his days are determined. That's why you see things speed up now. He's trying to establish this new order. He wants this poison in everybody. All right. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. But this devil, he's going to even try to fight the Most High when he comes back. What do you think they got all these weapons for real for? They see the chariots throughout the skies. All right. They see these things. That's Zechariah 5th chapter. You know, this is the curse that goeth forth over the whole earth. That's what they call UFOs. Those are the chariots of Israel. That's 2 Samuel 2. All right. This is beautiful, Akim. This is beautiful. This beautiful time to be alive, as it says. And let me get it here. Sirach 25. This is Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, chapter 25, verse 7. It says, there be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, which you can't have here. They want to have transgenders and transvestites read to your children in school as early as, I don't know, I guess 1st, 2nd grade. And he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. And that's what we're seeing now. We're seeing the fall of our enemy. You know, beautiful. All right, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and close up. Remember, this devil is through. All right. This particular devil here, and them as a nation, the Edomites. All right. And this wicked ass America that's been an open air, what's been a prison for us from day one. All right. Slavery never ended, as most people think. And again, that's a whole nother video. So hey, I'm gonna cut it right here. Needless to say, there's been an article from the Bearded Patriot, and it says more proof of Biden's mental decline raises serious red flags. All right. So with that, again, as we do here at Great Millstone, we do these things, we filter them through the scriptures. All right. And just to let you know that, hey, these prophecies have been jumping off the pages. All right. These things are happening. They're happening faster and faster. And that was a promise too. Matthew 24, verse 22. All right. Most High is cutting the time short. So take that to heart. Stay prayed up. All right. Pray for your brother and your Akim out there on the highways and byways. All right. That are speaking this truth, trying to wake up the remaining hopeful elect of our people. All right. So with that, shalom.